The cost saving to the business over 9 years that we did it was over £20 million. And by the end, we were saving £3 or £4 million a year. It was extraordinary. In the mid-2000s, the challenges with the energy consultancy business we had in the UK was one of cost. We were competing against northern competitors who had a much lower cost base than we did in London. So we loved the capability of people we could hire in London, but we hated the cost. So the conundrum for me was, how do I maintain the capability but have a better cost base? And in that search, we ended up in Romania.
The Yash team dealt very well with the UK culture and foreign languages very well, because we have the second biggest university centre in Romania. The pool of talent in Yash for UK companies is represented by the 55,000 students who come and study here every year, and because of the offshore hub of the international companies here like Amazon, Xerox, so on.
The roles over time changed because our confidence allowed us to get ever more complex roles. So we did more customer-facing stuff, for example, on the telephone, and then we moved to sort of more senior management roles. And by the end, we had our financial controller that was moved. It was a £150,000 a year role in London that we got done for a fraction of that in Romania, very, very successfully. The overall organisation changed and became obviously much bigger. We grew much, much faster than we would have done had we not done it, because of the enormous savings that we made. I think we saved over £20 million over the course of 9 years of doing it. And you put that sort of money into a business, you're going to see things change. The qualifications of staff in Romania were extraordinary. Virtually all of them not only had bachelor's degrees, they had masters as well, which is, for the UK, unheard of. They all spoke more than one, if not 2 languages. They were highly capable, highly educated, very hungry people who wanted to get on.
There was a moment when we recognised that it wasn't just the more transactional activities that could be performed from Romania, as some of the account management support roles were actually doing account management. Some of the operational roles were doing some of the strategic management of suppliers, and some of the sales support roles were actually selling services. At this point, we recognised that we could do a lot more in this offshore location than we had originally envisaged.
We should have done more faster. Why? If we did more faster, we would have generated more savings, we'd have invested more, we'd have grown faster, we'd have actually hired more UK people. One of the fallacies is if you go offshore, you end up employing less people, you don't, you end up employing more people. We increased our size by 50% in the UK, despite all the growth in offshore.